We're about to begin one of the biggest months of gaming in all of 2022. In February, we're getting stuff like Sifu, we're getting things like Elden Ring, and of course we're getting Horizon Forbidden West. But typically, instead of this being a big celebration of another giant, cool, gorgeous-looking game, it stirred up the console wars, which is what I want to talk about today. What's up, gamers? Dreamcastguy here, and to be quite frank, the channel has been exploding lately. There's been tens of thousands of comments, lots of likes, lots of shares, lots of subscribes, and whenever this kind of happens, I try and read as many of the comments as possible to try and get some outside ideas, some fresh takes, some fresh blood. And something somebody said in the comment section that really struck me is they said, the console wars are back because the new systems are so rare and so expensive. It's more important to defend your particular box. Now, I don't fully agree with this, but I feel like the sentiment is definitely correct. The complete scarcity of the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, or even an Xbox Series S in certain countries makes it so people are definitely much more tribal. They're much more focused on their team winning the console wars, right? Well, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of the attacks that are coming now from the Xbox side or the PlayStation side are completely crazy town. Like, we're talking people just making stuff up to be mad about, which is what we're looking at today. So this guy here, a bit of a freaking ridiculous fanboy, just in general. A lot of these tweets are ridiculous, but here's the tweet that went super viral last night that seems to have stoked a bunch of conversation. Now, basically what it is the fact that they're reusing an animation from Horizon Zero Dawn to Horizon Forbidden West. Now, what this clip is specifically is that whenever you're actually trying to travel down off of certain cliffs, there's these anchor points that let you basically very dramatically throw yourself off and then catch yourself with a grapple hook. It's cool. It's ridiculous, it's completely fake, and I absolutely love it. But it's sort of gotten people saying all sorts of weird stuff about it. Like, is this lazy? Is this game low budget? Is this because the game itself is cross-gen? Well, to be quite frank, I feel like this is not a very accurate representation as to how different the game is going to be. In fact, I even found some tweets of people basically showing the fact that there are some very vast improvements to this. Like, even if you don't like Horizon Forbidden West, or you don't like Horizon Zero Dawn, or if you're somebody that doesn't even own a next-gen system, you can still appreciate the fact that the difference in graphical detail, of facial animations, of general resolution, this is definitely a different league of game. Now, I'm not going to act like this is the best PlayStation 5 game or anything, or even act like these are the best graphics, but clearly, you can't say that this isn't a substantial upgrade. Now, here's the thing. I feel like a lot of people sort of just stoke these out-of-context clips to try and bait stuff. Like, even this guy, he changed his name to Control-C, Control-V for copy and paste. Everything he's replying is copy and paste. This is incredibly standard. A lot of games do this. If there is a tiny animation that's already done, that already looks good, you're going to use it a second time. In fact, I even found people talking about it in the replies to his tweets. Like, here's one. This is Gears of War 4. In Gears of War 4, straight up every character moves identical. What they decided to do is every character has the exact same frame, the exact same motion, the exact same animations, and they motion captured it once and copied and pasted it onto the 20 different characters. Now, it makes it where everybody just straight up is identical. Everybody's practically a clone. Doesn't matter if you're, like this case, a huge bulky dude or a tiny little waifed little lady. No matter what, you're going to use exactly the same animations. But here's the thing, I'm not going to claim this is lazy. This is them trying to focus their efforts on different aspects of the game itself. When I'm playing a game, I don't care too much about specific details of the more technical aspect, like how shiny is that puddle, or how crazy far is the draw distance. Unless it breaks the immersion, I'm kind of just happy to see the ride that we're given. Like, a lot of times to me, it's all about gameplay is king, story and writing, I really appreciate proper characters, and Horizon Zero Dawn absolutely has that. The first Horizon game, I mean, I'll just say it, I practically wept at the end of the first game. No spoilers, but I just thought that it was so well delivered. So the fact that this is a direct follow-up to it, I'm excited for it. In fact, I was even looking at the fact that this morning they released a bunch of new screenshots. These are actually from the PlayStation 4 version, so it's not even the good, like the best that it's going to look on PlayStation 5. But look at this. Like, okay, so there's a couple reused animations. Look at these water effects. Look at the lighting effects inside of the eye socket of this woolly mammoth from Robo Hell. Like, okay, This is glorious. I don't care how many animations they're reusing to her hair or her running animations and stuff like that. And additionally, you know what? I'm going to be that guy. Certain stuff makes sense to be reused. You know why? Because this is the same character. This is Aloy 6 months after the first game. Do you expect her to completely relearn her climbing animations in 6 months? Do you expect her to like straight up finish the first game and go, well, time to enroll in some rock climbing gyms? This is ridiculous. And I saw this recently as well, which kind of drove me nuts. This was a clip that went viral last year that I absolutely despise. God of War Ragnarok looks like a clone of the 2018 God of War game. Even the animations are unchanged. Now look, this is Kratos pushing a boat into the water. Oh my god, they're recycling the boat animation. What else were they going to do, Gandalf Gaming? Like, look at this. Proud Xbot will upset PlayStation fanboys. Let me just be clear. These are troll accounts. These are absolute trolls that are just trying to say what they know is incorrect, what they know are lies. They're doing this to try and just stoke up the fanboy wars purely for the fun of it. These are probably just some older dudes who are very bored with life and decided to try and get a couple of angry clicks. And it's funny because I feel like this methodology works less and less. Everybody's just replying that this is a clown post. Like, tell me you're a developer without saying that you're a game developer. My thing is that I find it fascinating that as we're going into the next gen, there is a big conversation about cross-gen being held back. I feel like this is the real conversation that interests me the most, is the fact that right now, yes, there is going to be small changes to these games. There is going to be small stuff that's held back. There is going to be tiny bits of reused assets. But what gets me more is how good can games look when they're cross-gen? It's interesting to me that people are trying to make these weird clickbait, tiny little slices of projects instead of the grander conversation, which is the fact that will PlayStation 4 games existing alongside PlayStation 5 games make a PlayStation 5 still worth it? Will the Xbox Series X having a Series S and an Xbox One on cloud, will that hold back future Bethesda and Activision projects that are going to be exclusive to the Xbox? This is a much more fascinating and deep conversation that it feels like these stupid trolls on Twitter just don't want to have. What seriously annoys me the most about all this is that the entire conversation of video games keeps widening in scope. People are able to address these different styles of art and discussion and seeing all these different debates. I enjoy the fact that video games have gotten so big that it's a majority of YouTube. Some of the biggest channels on this entire platform are video game channels. I am fascinated by that. So whenever there's oxygen in the room getting taken up by trolls being like, LOL, Aloy doesn't look properly, or those people that are trying to claim Aloy is ugly, like, stuff like this is dumb, it is reductionist, and you shouldn't even pay attention to it. Although I do say that while making a video on a channel with 211,000 subscribers. I guess I just got. Well, thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a giant thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Alright, tomorrow I actually have 2 videos that are supposed to be going up, which is a video about Pokemon Arceus, and I am going to be checking out the, what is it called, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for some tech breakdowns. And it should be fun. I'll see you guys then. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.